There is the hope amongst certain people at the palace that when the marriage breaks down or breaks up, might be a better way of putting it, that Harry will have already...
That's it. It's all it's ever been about. But quite astonishing that they seem to believe that this strategy is going to win over any fans.
Family relations will ever be the same ever again. But if there were a divorce, it would be a more dignified way of extricating him from the situation as he goes to Botswana to tend...
Oh, honey, it's not just whispers anymore. It's a full-on royal reality check. The royals? They're not crossing their fingers hoping Harry and Meghan will make it. Nope, they're planning for the end. And Lady Colin Campbell just spilled the tea hotter than the crown jewels. Behind those pristine palace walls, Meghan's fall from grace isn't an if, it's a when. And Harry? The poor guy's being gently nudged back toward royal life. Life without Meghan, that is.
...decided upon it yet. If Harry hives off from Meghan and she is containable...
It all started with just one little line from Lady C. But let's be real, that line was anything but innocent. If Harry hives off from Meghan, she said casually. But oh, she meant business. The palace is already strategizing a smooth exit, not theirs, his. A graceful escape route for Harry? Check. The divorce talk, already in the works.
Oh, it's Father's Day. Look, Harry, here's your little kids. You're a father. Here's your kids. It's love.
And listen, this isn't just wishful thinking. The firm isn't hoping for a split. They're straight up preparing for it. Behind those polished smiles and perfect press photos, quiet, calculated moves, all aimed at doing one thing, separating Harry from the Meghan mess. Let her brand burn, but save the prince. That's the plan.
Her. That was one of the ways I came to write my books about them, because I was leaked information in the hope that she would become content.
And guess what? This plan, it's not new. This has been years in the making. Remember when the Queen offered them a 12-month review after they ghosted their royal roles? It seemed sweet on the outside, but behind closed doors, it was a lifeline for Harry. A final gamble. A chance to pull him back before it was too late. But Meghan? She had already gripped the wheel. That car was never turning around.
Who she hasn't spoken to for what is it now? 5 years. 6 years, whatever it is. He hasn't spoken to her.
Lady C says insiders were holding on to hope at first. Maybe they could soften Meghan's edges, tame her, mold her into something less chaotic. Maybe, just maybe, if her grip on Harry slipped, they could bring him home. But girl, that hope died fast, because it only got worse.
A duo at all times. So I think there's always been the...
And don't think for a second this was some amateur hour plan. Oh no, Lady C said the palace went into full containment mode. Not a PR fix, not a charm offensive. It was about cutting Meghan's influence, managing the public's view, and if there was any Harry left to save, guide him back before it was too late. But oh, there was a massive flaw in that plan.
Spoken to Thomas Markle Sr. for 7 years. What about Harry's father, King Charles, who no longer speaks?
Meghan can't be contained, Lady C says. Boom, just like that. She shattered the illusion with that one sentence. Meghan wasn't built for palace life, for royal hush-hush, for playing second fiddle. From day one, she made her own rules, loud, branded, always 2 steps ahead of royal PR. And instead of pulling back, Harry, he dove headfirst into it.
There's always been the hope. Initially, when they exited, the Queen...
Here's where it gets wild. The palace never expected Harry to go full Meghan mode, but he did. That cheeky, lovable prince, gone. Now, he's like a crafted character, polished, posed, and media-trained within an inch of his life. The Harry we loved vanished behind the spotlight.
To celebrate all these lovely pictures of Harry with his kids and all that, you know, to celebrate Father's Day, and yet both of them aren't speaking to their own.
And everyone noticed. This wasn't the old Harry marching to his own beat. Nope. This was Meghan's playbook in action. Scripted interviews, public grievances, and a deep obsession with public image. The couple that once seemed so real suddenly felt like a PR stunt.
They are a duo at all times. So I think there is
What began as a mission to contain Meghan ended up collapsing the entire dynamic. The palace didn't just fail to save Harry, they lost him completely. He wasn't just pulled in, he was absorbed, rebranded, and the prince that once made the monarchy feel fresh now felt completely lost. In trying to keep the crown untarnished, they underestimated the pull of rebellion and totally overestimated Harry's ability to resist it. What they got? Not stability, not peace, but a full-blown identity crisis for Harry and for the monarchy. Forget saving the couple, that ship has sailed. But saving Harry? That mission is still alive. Insiders say the contingency plan is already rolling out, and it's got one goal: isolate Meghan, on paper, on screen, in the press. Let her take the fall while slowly painting Harry as a lost son finding his way back home. Not a traitor, but a prince being rescued. And Meghan, oh, she'll be left to face the storm alone. The palace? They're way too seasoned to start a media catfight. This won't be a dramatic showdown. It'll be a silent, icy unraveling. No statements, no headlines, just distance. Subtle, sharp, and so intentional she might not even see it coming. Make no mistake, this isn't just damage control, this is engineering. And if Lady C's right, the monarchy doesn't want just peace. They want Harry back, Meghan or no Meghan, and at this point, probably no Meghan. Lady C didn't just throw out some spicy theories. No, her words felt like a straight-up warning. The signs? Oh, they're not subtle anymore. They're practically screaming. Remember that so-called grace period the Queen gave them? That wasn't a gift. That was a test. One final shot at saving Harry from the Meghan machine. And now, Harry's popping up solo at royalish events. No Meghan in sight. He's not just attending, he's testing the waters. Slowly, carefully. As if he's dipping one toe back into the royal pool, without dragging her in with him. Meanwhile, Meghan's out here launching jam jars, new lifestyle brands, doing her own thing like the Duchess of Goop. Business ventures left and right, and not one single mention of them as a team anymore. The fairy tale brand? It's unraveling. Fast. Lady C didn't hold back. She said it loud and clear. Meghan has poisoned the pond. And not just a little. Irretrievably. That's deep. And the palace? They don't see Harry as the enemy. They see him as a victim. Sucked into the chaos, led astray. Maybe even manipulated, but not past saving. If they can just pry him away from Meghan, there's still hope. A salvageable prince. A broken man, not a broken bond. And oh, the drama goes deeper. Meghan allegedly made sure her dad wouldn't come to her wedding. Set it all up. And if that's true, who? The palace has receipts and they're watching. But the real bombshell? Lady C said Harry's been trying to crawl back into the good graces of the family. Not because he said sorry, he probably never will, but because deep down, he knows, he feels it, he messed up. And the PR moves? They're speaking way louder than any apology. And that may be the harshest truth of all. Their empire wasn't built on hard work. It was built on hype. The Sussex machine ran on image, buzz, branding. But now, the buzz is gone. The hype is fading. And the money? Drying up. Meghan's not going down without her monologue. Picture it, Oprah 2.0, maybe another documentary, maybe a podcast titled Finding Myself Again. She'll cry, sip tea, drop bombshells. You know it's coming. And Harry, he won't sit back quietly either. He might not do another Oprah, but a podcast, a new memoir. You know he'll find a way to tell his side. He'll be reflective, wounded. He'll say he tried everything and loved deeply, but in the end, had no choice. It's not reconciliation, it's PR rehab. This era of leniency? It's ending. Fast. The question no one dares to say out loud, but everyone's thinking, is it time to cut Harry loose? Because this isn't just a family, it's a dynasty. And when a dynasty is under threat, it does what it must to survive. And if that means slicing off the Meghan chapter, so be it. If they split, it's a reset, a clean break, one that could let Harry come back, maybe not as a working royal, but as a son, a man who lost his way and found it again. It would be painful, but it would be salvageable. The narrative, a redemption arc, and the public might just buy it. Meghan, on the other hand, would be removed quietly. No statements, no clapbacks, just silence. She becomes the woman who was, a slow fade, a quiet deletion, the kind of erasure the firm has perfected over centuries. That's how they take back control. Lady C made it crystal clear. The palace isn't just watching this marriage fall apart. They're scripting the aftermath, quietly, strategically, 10 steps ahead. And they're not rushing. They're giving Harry room, a little space, a few solo appearances. No titles returned, no royal duties resumed, just breadcrumbs. So when he finally breaks away, it won't feel like a scandal. It'll feel like a homecoming. And Meghan, she'll be the forgotten act, a phase, a misstep, not with bitterness, but with silence. The royals won't attack her. They'll erase her. Slowly. And Meghan won't even see it happening until it's already done. Not personal, just preservation. Because the monarchy doesn't bleed out in the tabloids. It evolves behind velvet curtains. But here's the most chilling part. Lady C says the real fear keeping palace insiders awake at night? The divorce explosion? This won't be a breakup, it'll be a televised catastrophe. If this marriage ends, it'll be monetized, merchandised, weaponized. Meghan won't walk away quietly. She'll walk into every studio willing to hand her a mic. Oprah 2.0, Netflix divorce diaries, PR wars, court battles, custody leaks, emotional memoirs from both sides. The Sussex split will be a media inferno, and it'll make their first Oprah sit-down look like a tea party. Every text, every side-eye, every missed photo op spun and sold to the highest bidder. And the palace? They're already shielding themselves, strategizing behind closed doors, prepping the firm's inner circle, because they know when the breakup goes public, it won't be pretty. But they won't flinch. They've survived worse. They're in it for the long game. The monarchy doesn't chase headlines, it buries them with silence. One of the most heartbreaking pieces, King Charles. According to Lady C, he's torn deeply. This isn't just scandal to him, it's personal. Harry was his boy, the one who made him laugh, the one who stood beside him, and now he's just gone. A stranger wrapped in scandal, a walking press release. And Meghan? To Charles and his circle, she's no longer misunderstood. She's the architect of the chaos. The outsider who walked into a sacred institution and set fire to everything the crown had tried to preserve. Charles tried to keep the door open, but even he is drawing lines now. The future king, Prince William, he's not conflicted. He's done. The warmth is gone. The grace is gone. He watched his family's name get dragged, and now he's ready to protect the crown, even if it means leaving Harry behind. When William takes over, the message will be clear. No more games. Because the monarchy isn't just a family. It's a machine, an empire built to endure. And when someone becomes a threat, no matter how beloved, they're removed. Not with scandal, not with slander, but with precision. A soft fade into obscurity. And maybe, just maybe, the divorce would be the break the crown needs. A reset, a chance to salvage Harry, not as a working royal, but as a son returning home. A prodigal prince stepping out of chaos and into redemption. No duties, no titles, just a quiet re-entry, one the public could forgive. And Meghan, she'd be left outside, not shamed, not slandered, just forgotten. The royals don't destroy, they distance, slowly, coldly, permanently. And the world moves on. That's how it works. No public war, just silence. And maybe that's the only path left, because this isn't about love anymore. It's about legacy. It's about the monarchy reclaiming its image, its control, its future. After all the headlines, the documentaries, the drama, the firm is finally done playing defense. Now, they're playing chess. Lady C's voice carries weight. This isn't a tabloid guess. It's insight from someone who knows the pulse behind the palace doors, and she's sounding the alarm. The end is near. We're not watching a marriage. We're watching a performance collapse, a brand dissolve, a fairy tale fracture under the weight of its own PR machine. So here we are, one of the most explosive royal sagas in modern history reaching its final act. The questions now, will Harry make the leap? Will the crown take him back? Can Meghan survive without the shine of the titles, the palace proximity, the brand that made her? And most of all, can the monarchy reclaim control of the story it lost? Lady C says it's already happening, slowly, quietly, and if she's right, this isn't just the end of the Sussex chapter, it's the beginning of the royal reboot, and the world will be watching every step of the way.